Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna have this last beer before I go to bed, and I figured y'all could have it with me. This is not a small beer. This is a big ass stein, but I thought I'd share because I'm a gracious person. Not sure if I'm gonna have any co-hosts. Possibly not. Not even 100% that this live stream will be up as of tomorrow. I may take it down. Who knows? It depends on how well I do. But this country is doing everything in its power to piss me off. And I can't picture staying in it any longer than I absolutely have to. Some people may call it throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Well, guess what? The baby's dead. May as well. Because when you look at what's going on in this country, Arkansas voted on a couple of bills to basically make it illegal to be trans in public. West Virginia did something very similar. And Ohio will be doing something very similar in a week. Now, all of this will get its own special video. I will be doing something particularly for it, or I'll have Alex do something for it, since they're the one that did all the research anyway. But I am pretty much done with this country. It didn't deserve the time I gave it in the military. It doesn't deserve my ongoing effort. Honestly, my suggestion for America is the same thing as Ripley said in one of the Alien movies: nuke it from orbit. There might be a lot of good people in America, but none of them seem to be in legislation. This is a delicious beer, by the way. It's a local beer called Beer de Garde, which is basically beer to keep. And this particular beer is 2 years old. And despite having no fruit in it, really, it tastes pretty fruity, which surprises me that I like it. But back to the topic at hand. These anti-trans laws are just so patently absurd and anti-human that I can't figure it out. I can't figure out how they passed, except to blame Christianity, at least conservative Christianity, because that's what these people are citing. The Arkansas bill that passed recently had 5 Bible verses in it. What a Bible verse is doing in a piece of legislation in this country, I don't know. But they're there. Hello, empathy and respect. Good for you to, good of you to drop on by. I honestly have no idea what this live stream is meant to be about. I just sort of felt like doing a live stream, and I'm just kind of saying whatever comes to mind. And unfortunately, what comes to mind is something that had my fiance fucking inconsolable for a while. For some reason, that's weighing on my mind. But Diesel, if you would like to check your Twitter here in a second, you will find a guest link to this. If you'd like to join, join. If not, it's a serious beard, and maybe you can shave it and cover it as. I am not going to shave any of this beard. I like the beard. And I'm embracing the receding hairline. Actually, if it looks worse. It is worse than it looks. I should say. Hello, Michael Higgins. Or Kyle Jins, if I'm just going by what's capitalized. No, Michael, I'm about a third of the way through this big ass stein. Had to stop and do math in my head for a second. Yeah, I got no specific topic. You see, you say that's impressive, but out of a 64-ounce growler, it was only this much of it. So this is just what's left over from last night. Now, I have been drinking already, but it was a pretty weak beer that I was drinking prior. Have I ever hit the gritty? What's a gritty? I'm not familiar with what that thing is. I mean, I'm definitely not good to drive, if that's what you're after. All right, I'll look it up. Hit the gritty. It's I mean, on Urban Dictionary, it says it's a dance move. Yeah, no, I haven't done that. I don't dance. It's a bad idea. I somehow managed to be more white than I can't even think of the name of the character from Fresh Prince. What's up, Diesel?
Carlton.
Yeah, my dancing is whiter than the Carlton, and that's quite impressive.
Hey, I'm probably not the one to be critiquing you about a receding hairline, right?
Well, I mean, you at least went all the way in. I'm holding on for dear life with what I've got left.
I'll tell you a funny story. How I only got about 10 minutes because I got to get to work, but I will tell you this funny story and then ask you about what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came to South Korea, I'd go clubbing on the weekends, and I was starting to lose it right here, but I was doing like a comb forward, so pretty much hide it almost. Not really, but kind of what you're doing. But anyway, so I'd go on the weekend. I'd put marker only on the weekend. Really, it didn't really matter most of the time, but it helped me boost my confidence. But I'm talking to this really hot girl, and I start sweating, and I rub my hand down my face like that, and I get ink everywhere, man. It was so embarrassing. She's like, "What's on your face, man?" So after that, I went to the I washed it off, and I'm like, man, I'm just cutting this off. But anyway, so what's going on with your fiance right now?
So actually, it's what's going on with several states. There's a lot of anti-trans legislation being passed. Basically, in Arkansas, West Virginia, and next week in my home state of Ohio, there's legislation that has been voted on, and in the case of Ohio, will be voted on, that more or less makes it illegal to be trans in public.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So if you're trans, you won't be able to live within 2,500 feet of a school.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't like to cuss, but that does sound pretty fucked up, man.
You know, and
What? Like, what's the reasoning? What's the logic behind that?
well, in Arkansas, the bill had 5 Bible quotes in it, so I'm gonna let everyone guess from that. But I mean, a lot of these people that are voting this way are white conservative Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a particularly good look for Christianity, but I mean, in a way, maybe it's a death knell for conservative Christianity in this country, because it's ultimately probably going to hurt them in the long run.
Them siding with Trump, I think, was they signed their death wish. They've been exposed. That was kind of the last straw, I think, in my own personal opinion. So I think it's just downhill, really, from there. I I'm a Christian, and I wouldn't even consider myself a liberal Christian. I'm just more like someone center, a little left of center, I would say. But I completely think it's completely wrong and immoral to involve the government in any way, and the church, or vice versa, involving the church into government. I just got back from the UK, and that's a place where it is hard to get more egregious than the church getting involved with the government. Like literally, you go there, and right next to each other you have Westminster Abbey, and it's like right next to the Parliament, and they're just intertwined,
Yeah.
And I find it completely immoral, and not only immoral and wrong, but it just bad for Christianity. I don't really care so much about the government, because that's not really my concern. I'm concerned about the damage that it does to church, But what are you drinking?
I mean, my concern is flip-flopped, but Michael's got a question for you. Have you ever hit the gritty?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a football dance, like after you score a touchdown.
Apparently not, if I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I had a feeling about. But yeah, my concern is more the government, because that's what's going to impact everybody, because not everybody in the United States is a Christian. There's a growing number of religious nuns, by which I mean NONES. So atheists, agnostics, people that just don't give a damn anymore. Wherever you fall on that particular spectrum.
Apatheist.
Yeah, apatheist would be included.
There's this other term that Objectively Dan qualifies himself as. Do you know Objectively Dan?
I know of, but I don't know.
It's called something like an ichtherius or something like that, where you don't even think that it's like an intelligible concept to even have a discussion about.
Because it's atheist. So you're pretty close on the pronunciation. Either that or you're closer than me. I don't know.
What did you call it?
Atheism.
Okay, that's it. I thought that's where you only eat fish, but is that not the?
No, that's what is it? Pescatheism.
I'm just messing with
I
you.
know. I went
You
with the
know,
joke.
okay. I gotta say, I think I gave you too much credit for the first time when I called you hipster atheist. I think I'll just call you Amish atheist. I think that's more of the lines what you're going for. Maybe you're not cool enough to have that moniker.
Like I said, if you're gonna go with hipster, that necessarily includes a level of affluence. And as you see in that garage, I don't have affluence, my dude.
What- You know what? I'll tell you when I knew that you were leaning more in that direction. Whenever I asked you about your favorite indie band, and you're like, well, how do you define indie music? And I'm like, that's only something someone would say who actually likes indie music, right?
I did come
Like,
across this band called Echoes. They have a really good song called Guest Room. I'd look it up on YouTube if I were you.
Guest Room,
I think you'll enjoy it.
Echoes.
Yeah, Echoes is the name of the band. The song is called Guest Room.
I'll check it out. Actually, but one of my favorite top three bands is like indie. Any chance you've ever heard of Built to Spill?
I haven't heard of them.
Oh God, they will change your life. Built to Spill, minus the bear. Any chance you've ever heard of them?
I've heard of
The,
Minus the Bear.
they recently broke up. They're so good. It's like it's just mind boggling that bands can be this good and not be mainstream. It just I don't really understand it. And then another one. So this one's kind of pushes the line because they have gone a little bit more mainstream. But do you know Grizzly Bear?
Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
consider that indie?
I've at least heard of them.
Oh, but you haven't actually heard him.
No, no, but I've heard of them.
Grizz, oh my God, seriously. Okay, so you can't be that into. Yeah, those three. I would say Built to Spill, my own personal opinion, is the greatest indie band out there. But then again, I'm not really into indie music as it is. But those three bands, I actually really like them. Grizzly Bear and Minus the Bear. Though Minus the Bear did recently just break up, as I said. But anyway, I do got to get to work. I thank you for your time. Give your fiance, your partner, a hug for me.
Yeah, I'll do that, man.
And hopefully, did they enjoy their coffee? Did you go for coffee or something?
Yeah, yeah. It took up the whole card, but they got some kind of dragon fruit drink and a pastry.
Um, actually, it was just my daughter's birthday, and somebody sent me a Choco Bomb hot chocolate. Like, have you seen these? They're like little, they're circles, and you apparently put them into like a cup and add hot water, and it like dissolves, and it becomes like this ultimate. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah, hold on. I'll show you this because there's no way in God's green earth my daughter's going to get to drink this thing. It's intended for her, but I am 100% consuming this thing. I'm going to show you this real quick. There's my daughter right there. She just turned 5.
Happy birthday, kiddo.
Thank you very much. I look forward to talking to you again. You got to see this thing real quick. I don't know where I put it, but yeah, it was intended for her, but she has an absolute zero chance of getting this drink because yeah, it looks so good. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this. It's a Choco Bomb, and you can hear that there's like there's and she might get if she's lucky, she might get a drink out of one of them. But these are definitely getting consumed by me because it has like stuff in the middle, like marshmallows and other little treats. So that's it's called a hot chocolate bomb. So anyway, have a good one, and I look forward to seeing you back on again.
Yeah, take it easy, Diesel. We'll see you around, man.
All right.
And for anyone curious, I do plan on having Diesel on my channel for an apostate interview. Just as soon as his computer decides to start working properly. He used to be an atheist, but now is a Protestant, which I think is interesting. So, yeah. How's it going, Mage?
Not bad. Yes, Diesel is an interesting character.
Yeah, he's pretty good people, actually. You know, I've come across some pretty shitty theists in my time. He is not one.
Definitely. I wish there's more theists I ran into who were like him.
Yeah. So how you been, buddy?
Not bad. I just finished eating dinner, and I was just sitting here trying to decide what movie I wanted to watch before bed, and I saw your live streaming and noticed you had links up, so I figured I might as well pop in.
Yeah. According to Neil, my internet is acting kind of jumpy too. That doesn't surprise me at all. And
Yeah,
I kind of wish I knew why that was, because my computer's telling me that I have excellent connection to the internet.
Yeah, you do look a little shaky there.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But again, I live in a garage, so what do you want? No. But yeah, so I'm assuming you heard at least a little bit of the beginning of the live stream where I talked about some of the yeah, Neil brings up processor speed. I have a worthless piece of shit of a computer. But at the beginning of the live stream, I brought up anti-trans legislation that's making its way through the U.S. Have you even seen any of this on the news, Mage?
Some of it. Not all of it, though. I've heard something about there's like over 300 bills out there.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Unfortunately, the state I live in, Ohio, is going to be voting on a piece of legislation very similar to what just passed in Arkansas and West Virginia. Basically makes it illegal to be trans anywhere remotely near a public school or a school at all. So if you're a trans person existing within 2,500 feet of a school, you can be arrested because you're undesirable.
That would make it difficult for the trans kids, wouldn't it?
Make it impossible for the trans kids. Of course, states like that are also, including mine, are also considering making it impossible to transition until you're at least a certain age, if ever.
All of this is ridiculous.
It is, but you know, as ridiculous as it is, and as unconstitutional it is, as inhuman as it is, people are gonna die in the meantime.
Yep.
You know, and I think that's what's escaping what so many people are failing to realize, that people are gonna die. And I mean, Alex has a friend in West Virginia who was just arrested. And she all she was doing was picking up her son from work, or not from work, from school. And the cops jumped her and beat her. And this little kid apparently has Alex's number and has texted them saying, "I heard my mommy's bones crack."
Jeez.
This is happening in America.
It's going to take a high-profile case to probably see reversal of this, unfortunately, or worse.
Yeah, and apparently, like Alex is applied to be a researcher for the ACLU, and will be speaking to someone probably before I wake up tomorrow. But I mean, apparently the ACLU didn't know about a law that or a House bill that was being voted on in Arkansas until Alex said something to them. Because apparently they're being suppressed on like TikTok and YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, any discussion of it is being suppressed because, you know, I mean, TikTok and YouTube are inherently right wing. You know, and now so is Twitter, thanks to that fuck nugget Elon Musk. And Twitter doesn't even work. Not anymore. Damn.
Well,
Like if I want to send a text on my phone to groups, I can't do it. I tried earlier, and it like just before I started this live stream, and it didn't work. I had to go on my computer and send the tweets.
Jeez. Well, Twitter went from being a left-wing cesspool to a right-wing cesspool.
I would rather have a left-wing cesspool, honestly. At the very least, towards the left, it's like, hey, maybe don't kill trans people. Hey, maybe don't kill black people. Hey, maybe not kill any marginalized person. But apparently Native Atheist has never done Twitter and is thinking about it. I'm going to go ahead and recommend not. Don't bother. It's not good.
Not for the faint of heart.
I mean, there's a reason that I'm starting to bald, and most of it is fuck.
It's useful for keeping in contact with these live streams and such, but other than that,
yeah, I mean, something pretty similar can be accomplished with Discord if you have a large enough community there.
yeah, there are other ways you can do it.
Yeah, and frankly, probably better ways because I mean, the way it's looking, non-paying users are about to lose two-step authentication on Twitter. So when that happens, I'm just going to leave Twitter and be like, any existing thing on Twitter is not me before I go. If they claim to be me, they're not. Because I will have abandoned this hell site before I pay Elon Musk $12 a month. Because I'm pretty sure the price went up.
Yeah. He tries to make the whole thing pay to play. That's definitely not going to fly.
Yeah, the number of people on Twitter is gonna drop, and that's just gonna be so bad for Elon. But I don't care. This second most rich person in the world can honestly suck my left nut. I don't care. Oh, Native Atheist, you've been called out. You haven't been on Neil's show yet.
Gotta do that.
Yeah, I mean, Neil's show is like a rite of passage. I mean, like, my show's a first step. Neil's is a rite of passage. That's how you know you're gaining any relevance, is if you hop onto Neil's show.
Yeah, I guess I got some relevance then.
I used to. Then I dropped out for about 6 months. I would say I shot myself in the foot, but there were other reasons that I'm not going to go into here.
Things happen.
Yeah, they do. I haven't been on Neil's show since Mikey jumped in and became a producer, I think, is what Mikey does. So that would be a new version of the show to me, but
Yeah, I'll have to jump in on another one of his after shows sometime.
I haven't been to a after show in at least a year.
Oh, hello, Purple.
Whoop, there it is. Yeah, I thought producing was the right word. Thank you, Purple, for confirming that. But yeah. Aunt Jury, yes, I let empathy respect in here. But you know what? It's not like I let ultimated Judeo-Christian onto my channel. That word salading argument by assertion piece of ass will never grace my channel. Contaminate my channel.
I watched that thing on the Atheist Edge with you and him, or some of it at least.
Yeah, it was bad. Like endless argument by assertion from this dude, and anyone's like, you made a claim. And I get the feeling that, so I don't want to make fun of UJC too much, because either this person is serious, which is the most disturbing potential, or they're a Poe, which is what I'm starting to think, because he literally, during Atheist Edge's debate tonight with Ninetales, he said, I'm sitting on God's lap right now.
I kind of wish I could have been there, but I had to take care of my bird and I get dinner at the time that it was running.
You probably better spend your time doing that, because I mean, this person's options are, he's serious and actually believes it, which is disturbing. He's a Poe, which I don't know if I want to say that's disturbing, but I mean, we're talking about someone who's wasting everyone's time and convincing people of god-awful arguments. Or this person is actually genuinely, that they have mental disabilities that haven't been diagnosed, or have been diagnosed and they're being ignored. Because I mean, this person said, well, I'm sitting on God's lap. God's touching the left side of my head. Neil, this person is ultimated. Yes, I mean ultimated. Judeo-Christian, or as Aunt Jur says, biblically. Those are the names this person goes by.
From what I saw of your little thing, I got two things out of him. First, he was trying to define God into existence, and second, he was just using word salad.
Yeah, a lot of word salad, a lot of argument by assertion. That's really all this guy has. like I would actually say argument from assertion would be the primary thing, followed by word salad. But honestly, you could almost use those interchangeably with this person. It's hard to tell. But Nine Tails in the debate on Atheist Edge's debate with UJC. She feared that they were taking advantage of someone with mental illness. And that, frankly, when you consider this person, that's a possibility.
Hmm.
You know, because we're talking about someone who believes God is there, physically with him, touching him. You know, he's sitting in God's lap. You know, that has to be, that there has to be something mentally there that's going wrong for this person.
Yeah, that can be a problem with religion. I wouldn't call religion a mental illness, but it can mask mental illness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's an important distinction. But, like, there were so many points where even this UCJ person was biblically was kind of laughing along with Atheist Edge and Nine Tails. It's like, okay, you're either a Poe and you're just messing with everybody, or you're disturbed in some way and you need to seek psychological help. And you know, I'm among the first people to say seek psychological help, because I've been in a mental hospital twice in the last 5 years, which is north of your average American. You know, so if you need the help, absolutely seek it.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're word salading worse than Ben Shapiro, I don't know.
Make Jordan Peterson sound coherent.
Yeah. You know, I am genuinely kind of afraid for this person because of the things they were saying. You know, like if you go to Atheist Edge's page and watch the debate between him, or not between him, because Edge moderated the debate, but ultimated Judeo-Christianity, or yeah, and Nine Tails, that there was actually some disturbing things that ultimated biblically, whatever you want to call him, was saying. Like it genuinely made me afraid for this person's mental stability. Thoughts, Mage?
Yeah. He's not really sure what to make of him.
It is difficult. Because I mean, at one point in the debate earlier tonight, I was convinced that this person was a Poe. 100%. And just in case there's anyone watching now or in the future that doesn't know what a Poe is a person that's pretending to be religious, more or less. Like, that's the quick and dirty explanation of what it is.
Yeah, I've run into some people I've thought were probably just Poes. Then again, there are some who are pretty obviously it and are actually kind of funny about it.
Yeah, if you're funny about it, that's one thing. But if you're going full send into I'm sitting on God's lap right now and he's caressing my left temple, that's I don't know what to call that. Like, what do you say to that, actually?
Well, I'd probably just want to call them out for it, but then again, and if they're really dedicated to it, they won't admit to it.
So, and Jur says that Neil should have, I'm assuming UCJ or UCJ, Ultimated Judeo-Christianity, on his show. But yeah, that honestly would have to be a hard pass from me. No way.
Who's
whatsoever.
that?
I'm sorry?
Who are you talking about there?
Ultimated Judeo-Christianity.
Oh.
The person that Atheist Edge had on
Oh, yeah,
his
okay.
channel for a debate tonight.
Right, it's the two names there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. They're also known as biblically is another name they go by.
Yeah, I had that name in my head.
Yeah, it's. I honestly don't know what to do with that person. Like because they give so many indications of being a Poe, and at the same time they sound sincere.
That's the scary part about some of this. You can never. Some of these people are so bat shit that you can't tell.
Yeah, and like I hate using the term batshit, but we're talking about someone who is disconnected from reality in a profound way. And that's kind of frightening. You know, I honestly don't know where to go with that. Like, I would say to seek psychiatric help, but I doubt they will.
Just think, we had just as much mental illness back like hundreds of years ago when we didn't know what to do with it or what it was.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you wonder how much of that has influenced our history and all that.
What sounds kind of wet, Neil? What are you doing over there, buddy? Oh, eating in a stream. Okay, talking about purple eating. Okay, I was like, what?
Wet and squishy. Yeah. Moist.
I mean, that doesn't bother me so much. I mean, unless Purple's eating M&Ms on the stream, and that's that's just gonna trigger the shit out of Tucker Carlson and Nick Adams, because I mean, like with Tucker Carlson, the M&Ms just aren't fuckable anymore because they're wearing sensible shoes instead of high heels. Nick Adams wants a male-only M&M. See, all he has to do is go back to the 90s when it was the red and yellow M&M. That's all he has to do is go back to the 90s and noughties. It was just those two. You got your sausage fest of M&Ms.
M&Ms aren't even all that great of a candy.
It's not. Like, it's a way to fill the time. That's about it. Oh, damn. Apparently, Dragonox takes a shit while on stream. That's... All right. I've done some rude things, but I haven't been that rude.
I'd find him more interesting if he do get into the more of the science stuff that he knows.
Yeah. We got Neil craving M&Ms. That's it's a thing. I'll take it. I have been part of something that influenced Neil the 604 atheist. But Stephanie, it's been a long time since I've seen you on my channel. How you doing? Hopefully you're okay with all the anti-trans legislation passing through the country in a dangerously expedient way. Damn me. Okay, the fact that M&Ms actually do taste kind of good is not at all my fault.
We'll just take some Skittles and mix them with some M&Ms.
They got rid of brown M&Ms because they looked like Advil and kids were eating what?
Huh?
Not in America. And like in America, Advil's
blue.
Yeah, it hasn't been brown in a long time. Like we have to go back at least a decade for Advil to have been brown.
Blue or like a sort of an orange color.
Yeah, I mean that's those are old. Honestly, I didn't think that Advil really existed anymore other than liquid gels, which are blue. Oh, the Advil tablets are an orangish brown. Oh my god. I'll get into this one.
Well, that's still pretty far off from the brown that those M&Ms are.
Yeah, I mean, that might have been what I was thinking, but yeah. It's hard to tell. But all right, take it easy, Neil. Don't work too hard now. But I actually think I'm about to hop off of here because I'm done drinking. This is empty now, unfortunately.
Glass is empty and you're full, so time to head out, huh?
Yeah. I did what I came to do, which I don't know, was nothing in particular, honestly.
All right, well, nice stopping by. Well,
yeah. Take it easy, Mage. Don't work too hard.
Yep, you too. Later.
See you around, everybody.